because right now they definitely are feeling the pressure.
It wasn't to the same extent of kind of craziness they went to at IEM, but we definitely saw tendencies there of making those mistakes and not repairing them, but making more.
And what's more interesting yet is if they don't switch up their ban strategy from the prior game. It looks like we're getting identical bans on both sides. So the sides have changed for the game. The bans have not. I really wonder if Team Liquid, yep, they take the Hecarim away.
Grabbing that right away. We know Quas can play that quite well. He will take it to the top lane. He had a pretty safe lane as Sion last time. He was down a little bit in the beginning, but he came back strong. So this should be nice and ready for him from the get-go. What will Cloud9 answer with? They know it's going to be a lane that really kind of won't be won, won't be lost if Balls can play it strong. And with the champion he has been using, maybe Maokai, and it will not be.
Trayton picks.
Couple of Ice Queens.
Yeah, it's actually interesting here. They switch sides, and that means do they just assume each other's team compositions from the previous game? Lysandra and Sejuani, both things the Team Liquid succeeded on, and even though Gragas is good at face-tanking the Sejuani ultimate, that did not work out last game for them once they started falling behind because Meteos never reached the point of tankiness to do that.
Whoa.
And now will we see some
attack
differentiation.
speed Azir comps.
Yep.
These are something, before Azir got nerfed, these are something that was really on the rise, but we didn't see a whole bunch because the nerfs came in fairly quickly after people started adapting to us. But you can Blood Boil Azir or you can Blood Boil your AD carry. So I'm still curious where they go with Piglet because Phoenix will also be a huge force this game. Very interesting start here for Team Liquid with starting off with the Hecarim from the top lane, which is a little bit more volatile, but the Nunu Azir pick, much better, more siege-oriented.
They have played Azir on a couple occasions before the nerfs, and it can be a very good protection strategy if you plan on going with a strong AD carry as well. Strong Azir attack speed as well as strong AD carry attack speed for sustained team fights that can work through some burst.
Ooh.
We have seen Azir come back, after the buffs. He got nerfed a little too hard, then he got buffed back up. Seen him a bit in Asia. We'll see Team Liquid's take on it here.
This might be the real stand.
Very quick.
Speaking of point and click,
this is the point and click.
Cloud9 going with a ton of hard CC, tanks, and then sneaky on Lucian as a damage dealer. This was kind of their bread and butter when Cloud9 made that late season run. Sneaky on Lucian with a bunch of point and click tanks. And Team Liquid is bringing out something new again. When they 3-0 COG, 3 different team compositions, this is very different from their Game 1
I also really like that they've shifted Piglet over to the Sivir. Since he doesn't have to be the only damage source this time around, he can be a little bit more utility-oriented on the Sivir. Plus, Sivir is really good against things like point-and-click Lysandra, like the Sejuani ults that are going to be coming through. Sejuani ult is really easy to spell shield.
Yep.
Lysandra ult is a bit more difficult, but it is a telegraphed ability because it's fairly short range, and there is a window between the cast and before the stun hits that he can also spell shield that. So shifting him to a little bit more safe of an AD carry, since Phoenix will be shouldering a bit more of that sustained damage burden. These two guys, as we said, very close coaches.
Very close indeed.
I agree with you, though, as far as this being a pretty good pick, Sivir. You would expect maybe a higher damage AD carry, but because of the spell shield against all of the crowd control, and as well as it being kind of an AoE team fight, Sivir fits that bill in multiple ways.
Yep, really nice wave clear as well on both sides. It's going to be interesting once we get to the turrets. Always going to happen. Remember to share your predictions. Tweet LOL Esports, at LOL Esports is the one that we use. And use the hashtag TLWin or hashtag C9Win. We'll check back to see how you're calling this game shortly as we call the game as well. Everybody here in the crowd is ready as they get back from getting some nice popcorn and drinks at the concession stand, because we're ready to get into game 2, and we are on the Rift.
All right. I almost wish that we could jump right to team fights because I'm so excited to see Team Liquid have so much pushback.
So what you're saying is Earth mode.
Cloud9 have so much dive, but look at that. They've got Alistar the bodyguard who's knocking somebody back. Phoenix is going to knock back maybe the whole team. And Cloud9 are going to do their best to climb over all these obstacles.
Quas gets to knock someone back.
I mean, they have all these knockbacks, and
Nunu gets to slow him down around there.
A lot of zone control. We're here, though. First, we're going to start up at level 1.
Woo. Do you flash?
Alistar, no.
Paul flash?
No.
Any combination of flashing and pulverizing? Because that's not too.
He hasn't leveled up a skill quite yet.
They could have easily traded support flash for Maokai flash and maybe even gotten a kill. If Xpecial had decided to do pulverized flash, that would have been very hard for balls to react to. But they get the deep ward. They were just mainly going for lane swap scouting and didn't want to exchange summoners.
Weighing those two is fairly difficult. It is nice to have the top laner burn their flash if you're going for a 2 versus 1, because then you really threaten the dive. But at the same time, roaming Alistar support with flash is also a strong tool. So, oh no here. Which one would be better? But Team Liquid spotted out by the ward. They'll be seen going bottom, 2 versus 2. Looks like we will see heads-up play most likely.
Yeah, so last game, we did see the early game slightly favor Piglet, and Cloud9 was not putting the AD carry in a position to succeed.
They definitely are this time around. Meteos gives him the smite. He takes the Gromp up for himself, so Meteos is probably not going to go with an early gank. He's going to hard farm it out with a route where he gets a bit lower on health in the jungle, and
big
it just
sacrifice.
goes back to buy. But he got a really, really good advantage for his bottom lane. They get to lane first. Didn't quite see if they got an extra minion worth of experience for getting there first, but Piglet and Xpecial did take those Krugs, so not really that far behind. Lemonation, though, and Sneaky.
Yeah, Cloud9 should still be in position to hit level 2
They should
first.
get it first.
Yeah, right.
Will he go for the hook?
He should.
It's going to be on to Xpecial. The passive to come through does not. He gets out of that one safely. Piglet's able to trade back a little bit of damage. We also saw High taking a little bit of pressure in the mid lane from Phoenix with his bottom lane. Still great pressure from Lemon as he keeps him out of that farm range. Didn't lose too much as the wave will be getting to the turret for Piglet here. So definitely a different start to the game, at least for Sneaky. He's the one piercing light through the minions here and giving Xpecial and Piglet a hard time.
Yeah, and again, calling back to what it cost Cloud9 to get that early level 2 for the bottom lane, it costs them early jungle pressure because Sejuani is a jungler who can...
Speaking of early jungle
No, you don't need to go that far to ward it.
this could be a lot of trouble for Lemonation. He's waiting for his hook so he could flash the wall for distance. Could be okay.
Flash Pulverize could come into play now, but does not. Only level 2, he holds. Good pressure from Dominate there to get Lemon in. That's big. Piglet was just getting pushed into his turret. They have a little room to breathe now.
How quickly the tables turn.
Yeah, I feel like if Team Liquid really wanted to go for a kill and be in an aggressive mindset, we would be seeing those flashes from Xpecial, even just to trade or try and get in front of him to block the Nautilus hook. But the mindset they're in does seem substantially more defensive. They're a little bit worried of Meteos' presence because they didn't have knowledge that he would have done the late early jungle, and they are kind of playing this lane to farm it out.
I feel like Xpecial has always been one of the more defensive supports. No matter what AD carry he's been with, you know, he was with Top for a very long time, and they were notorious for being extremely defensive. But I feel like a lot of that also came from Xpecial. And he definitely does have that better safe than sorry attitude.
Yeah.
Not quite like the double lift Afro
Right.
combination where they're both looking for those aggressive plays.
Well, we did hear Xpecial say that hole he had to fill with more shot calling, not as much initiation as he was on Team Solo Mid. So the tendency's still there on the cow, but he definitely plays it for the AD carries.
And Lemon doesn't even have his shield broken, so not much
to go.
exchange there. But again, what I was about to talk about was the jungle pressure sacrifice. Sejuani is a champion who can go for the 3-minute, 10-odd, 15-odd seconds gank if he wants to. There's a flash. She can go for that if they want to, and it is nice to apply that in the Hecarim versus Maokai lane where Hecarim does not have an escape early, but there was no chance of that because he gave away the Gromp experience to the bottom lane and had to go for the more hard farming route. We'll see if that does cost them top lane because Hecarim, fairly easy start here so far versus Maokai, even CS.
I'm also wondering, I mean, Team Liquid had the deep wards to try and scout the lane swap, yet still ended up in this 2v2, which I do not think is to their advantage. Just theoretically, the Nautilus Lucian against Sivir Alistar.
Trying to even it up here. There's the flash.
There's the flash, though.
That's what they needed, especially that sneaky Lucian as well. He knows how to get out of those sticky situations, and he may still be able to provide a lot of power for the game. A failed attempt by Team Liquid bottom as they go for a second run there.
They also both burned heals. I think the heal was burned for Piglet for the speed boost. So they actually go pretty much draw even on summoners as well. Now Meteos has made his way to the top lane, though. That's the pressure we were looking for. Maokai sets it up.
Level 5s here. Doesn't look like anybody's going to be hitting 6 just
Oh!
yet. Quas bumps Meteos as well on the Arctic Assault, but it looks like they have enough to freeze the horse, cut him down, start producing a
He
little
had
bit
level
of...
6! Wait a minute! Oh my god, he leveled as the minions were dying around him!
Quas!
And he gets first blood before he goes down.
Whoa, and a dive bottom.
This is Sneaky going down. That was the ignite that ticks through.
And he
That's
answered.
the one hit. Is the tick still there? He's forced to flash as well as he drives his anchor into the back of Piglet. Now to
Everybody's
high
been
in
on
the
the
mid lane.
action.
Phoenix with not enough mana to chase and into the dark would be too much of a risk.
Oh, come on, High. Everybody else is doing it.
Yeah, everyone fought.
Quas, honestly, though, that was such a good play from Quas to go back into the minion line, spamming Q to get level 6. What a heads-up play from Quas.
And Spirit of the Dread
Level
damage as well,
5
healing him.
the entire time. He goes, you know what? I'm out of here. Oh, I'm not getting away.
Yep.
Immediate decision. You can see how quickly he makes that decision. He auto-attacks the minion as well as going for the Q. Boom, instant level 6, level up, and the Ignite gets the counter kill there. Best he could possibly hope for.
And then in the bot lane, they knew they had 2 summoners down, plus they still had Ignite, so they go for the dive. But because of that hook from Lemon Nation, Piglet takes that one extra turret shot, ruining basically what would have been a clean dive. Both supports ended up getting the kill.
Yeah, but because Sneaky's so far ahead in CS at that point, he's the one coming back with a BF sword.
Right.
The drawback is no potions on top of it. He had to stick around a couple extra seconds in Fountain for the last couple scraps of gold, so he won't have sustain. And the sustain advantage definitely going to be for Team Liquid, not only with the potions, but also because of the Alistar. Let's see if they can, really take advantage of that within trades, or if Sneaky will actually make use of the extra AD. Right now, though, Team Liquid objective focus. They have the Nunu dominate. Definitely one that likes to stack dragon buffs early on for the team. We'll see if they can keep it up. They do have the timer.
Yeah, and with an Azir on the team, someone who's great at zone control, getting the early dragons, because they can make the threat of more dragons such a huge team fight magnet, is very important for this Team Liquid match.
You see in the top lane, Quas bullying balls pretty well. He's starting to chug his potions and try to get healthy once again. The second tier boots already finished from Quas, so home guards to follow next, and those plays to be made if Team Liquid can keep this up. Looking back at that bottom fight, it was a good thing Sneaky was up in CS to get that BF.